Hi guys, my name is Maddie, welcome to Family Please. This video is going to be a story time about when Sebastian had to get grommets put in his ears. Okay, so if you don't know what grommets are really little things that get put into your eardrum. The reason he had to get grommets is because he constantly got ear infections, and the ear infections were due to liquid in his ears. Liquid led to him not being able to hear anything in his right ear, or through his right ear, and being like, when you go swimming and it's all muffled if someone's trying to speak to you, it's what it was like in the left. So he couldn't hear anything that we were saying, so trying to get stuff across to him, trying to get him to learn anything was really hard, and it took a lot of toll on him because he couldn't tell us things like he wanted a drink or he was tired or stuff like that, so he used to just fall asleep on the floor when he was tired. Or he'd just stand at the sink or pass us his bottle. So we figured out other ways to get things across, but there was some things that was really difficult. So he was one when we got his grommets done, and we actually set up a GoFundMe page because if we went through the government, it would have taken ages. So we finally got a call, say a couple of, like 2 weeks ago maybe, saying that he could have his surgery when we had asked to be put on the list a year and a half ago. So we get that there's a line and stuff, but we couldn't wait that long. The pain and the lack of learning and stuff all played a part in our decision to ask for help. So we set up a GoFundMe page, and people donated what we couldn't pay. So the bill was like over $2,000, and we had so many helpful people putting in lots of money, even if it was like $5, $10. We had an amazing person chuck in a whole $1,000, and he is a godsend. Don't know who he is, but he was an angel. So he got his surgery done in February, which obviously was a few months ago now, and since then we've seen a lot of things happen. Like, he's so much happier. He's hardly ever in pain because of his ears. If he is, it's just liquid, a little bit of liquid or wax that's built up in his ears too much, and it's easy to get rid of. So back in February, it was quite a traumatic time for us. Like, our son was going into surgery, and I mean, we knew he'd be fine, but what parents want their kids to have surgery? Let's be honest here. I mean, it was like a half an hour surgery. It was fine. I got to go in and watch him be put to sleep and cuddle him until he was put to sleep, and it was fine. It wasn't supposed to be a big deal, but it was a big deal because my poor boy had to go and have surgery. He wasn't even 2 yet, like, yeah. So that day we had to go in pretty early, and it might have been around 9 that he got his ears done. So we went in and we had to wait in the waiting room, and then doctors came out and said that we're ready. So I took him in and watched him get the gas and watched him go to sleep, and I was very sad because I didn't want to watch him go to sleep because I didn't want him to have the surgery, but I knew he had to have the surgery. And then we had to sit for the longest half an hour of my life. Like, nothing else has seemed longer, not my arm getting cut open, not anything like that. That half an hour was the longest half an hour of my life. So we had Damien's parents with us, so his nan and pop, with us to support and see him when he came out, and Sebby was so happy that we brought his puppy. Because, as you know, his puppy is his favourite person ever. So yeah, half an hour later, comes out, we get to go in and see him, and he's so confused. He has no idea what's happened. He just wants his mum and dad. I've got photos of before and after, so in the dressing gown and stuff like that. It was quite cute. But we've got all that. And yeah, so now it is months later. We have to get him speech therapy because he's now really far behind. Anna's speech is actually getting in front of his. And he's now learning from her, oddly enough, but we now have to pay for that because that's another long waiting list through the government. Not the government's fault, there's a lot of people that need it, and you know, whatever. From his surgery to now, he's come pretty far, so next to no problems with his ears. He's happy more of the time. He understands us, that's a big thing. I wanted him to be able to hear us for his second birthday, and he could, and well, who doesn't love that? So yeah, that's the story time of when my boy had to get his ears cut into. I will see you next week. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked this story and if you like story times, and don't forget to subscribe so I know that people are liking what I'm doing, and even share my page, that'd be helpful. But yeah, so I will see you next week. Bye!